know you're talking to them. Danny's a show off. Hello, I'm Josh, and welcome back to Stardew Valley. I had an autistic meltdown earlier, which means I wasn't hungry when dinner would be happening, so yeah, so if I start to nom a little bit more today during stream than usual, that's why. See, if I get too stressed out, I don't feel hunger, I don't feel like the need to go to the bathroom, so it is all kinds of fun. Best time was my first breakup in college. I basically had to force myself to eat for like a week or so. It was bad. Yeah, I'm not one of those people that when I get stressed out, I stress eat. I do not have that ability. It's good, bad thing. And mind you, when I was forcing myself to eat, I wasn't really eating full meals. It was like little snacks like fruits, cheese here and there. So I wasn't starving myself or forcing myself to eat complete meals. I've just had worse before. Yay! And if you're wondering about that breakup in college, the douche lived 5 minutes away, called, instead of, you know, coming to my face. So my roommate, which I've lost contact with, and like a couple of years ago, Facebook deleted my original account for no reason. I've discussed that before, but but she was just drove me to his house so I could, you know, break up to his face so I could make him hide. And she gave me, let's see, you know, scratch cards, which I don't think I ever used. I've had a couple hearing tests done, so I know physically there is nothing wrong with my ears. But it must be the tism, so I sometimes can't hear sounds, like I just block them out. Like if I'm, say, deep into, like, just working on a project, sometimes I don't hear anything. Oh yeah. Sometimes I just can't really seem to hear things like I should. Like the alarm went off in our house for like, glass breaking. I couldn't hear it really at all until I turned away from the computer and was starting to get up. And I was like, hey, that's a strange sound. And, you know, before I could actually process what I was hearing, my hubby comes in basically screaming, you know, pissed off. He, you know, came from a place of care, but still, I was suddenly really hearing the alarm, then hearing someone yell at me, so I was just basically mentally fried. Greetings, it is I, the Queen of Sauce, here to teach you new mouth-watering recipe from my secret cookbook. This week's dish, pumpkin pie. In my house, it's a tradition to eat pumpkin pie during the Feast of the Winter Star. The season just isn't complete without that wonderful flavor you can only achieve with the finest farm-fresh pumpkins. A little nutmeg, cinnamon, and clove will sweep you off to a land of crimson and gold. Yes, I could hear the spirits whispering something to me. The spirits are in good humor today. I think you'll have a little extra luck. Yeah, so as I'm, mentally trying to process things, I'm just spent, and Ryan, bless his heart, cares about me, but at the same time, I guess, autistic people are a little hard to deal with and understand, so I get called a child, which is always fun. So, well, he was do that with initial screaming. We argued a bunch, and one of the ways I make it so, I don't destroy things is I basically scream and cry at the top of my lungs. Which isn't pleasant for me or anyone else in the close vicinity of me. So, yeah. Even after I explained it to him, it's like it didn't really click for him. It was still like, you're not dealing with, a normal, a neurotypical. I'm autistic. It was either me screaming and crying at the top of my lungs to a really insane degree, or I would destroy shit around the house. It was like, I'd just take things away. I'm like, oh, great. Hey there, I had some extra wood lying around. I thought maybe you could use it. Take care, Robin. Oh, I love Robin. I don't want to break her and Demetrius up just because I do have abandonment issues. But what if they're okay for a poly relationship? Oh! Daddy! Oh my god, Ice Cube! Woo! Yeah! Oh yeah! Danny, show Mama how you land. Or don't. Oh, yay! Oh, Danny's again flying! Yay! it, but at the same time, it can take like a day for me to actually recover from, so. Okay, throwing away things. I choose you! Is there any other dino eggs? Gustav has grown up. Hey, Simon. Hi, Oscar. Hi, Joyce. Gustav is at 1 out of 5 hearts. Like a good boy. It feels so bad I can't let him out. I can open the door, sure, but they'll stay inside, like, no matter what. Now, if it's raining or if it's winter, they do not come out. There must be a lot of... goddamn. There must be a lot of poo in there. Like an entire season. And birds do 2 things extremely well. 1, squawk at the top of their lungs. 2, no, you don't want to eat the blobfish roll. Also, as a little sort of pro tip when you're having an argument, don't ask the other person, so you think I'm an asshole? I'm not thinking happy thoughts about you. That's just a speedrunning way to, you know, get called an asshole. And that's your thing, but yeah. Good morning. I know, like... Hi, Dirt. It's like... gave Brian ample opportunity to, you know, decide to give a little apology hug on his own. But I basically had to spell it out for him, and then he did like a one-armed hug, and he was like, well, I didn't come from a hugging family. So we never watched any shows or anything that would, you know, clearly indicate the proper way to give a hug. Oh no, it's 2 p.m. there. It's like, yeah. Well, like, I have to teach you how to do a hug, even though we've been fucking dating. Not dating, yeah, we've been married for 15 years. I'm pretty sure I've given him a good old hug or 2. It's like, oh, I don't come from a hugging family. Yeah, yeah, that's things normal people say, I guess. Okay, oh, there we go. Okay, let's do some math, folks. 480 minus 185. 295. Okay. Okay, let's see what the number was. 290. Let's see what's that. 295. Okay. Did you know Shane's my godfather? He was a he was a friend of my parents. They died. Well, happy times, I guess. If I watch more TV, maybe I can't forget about life. That would be relaxing. That's why I play Stardew. Haha. Hi, Kafka. I'm glad we've become friends. I know I can trust you to take care of my dear animals. Yay! Wait, let's go to the saloon. Bug some people. I get so sleepy when it's cold. I've been trying to keep our place clean, but it always gets messy again. It's hard to run a household all by yourself. You tell. Speaking to the choir, ma'am. Good evening. Hi there, Kafka. How are you doing today? If you see Marnie, tell her I say hi. You can tell her that yourself. Then you can also tell the whole town that you're fucking dating. She does. If you're not going to be open with her, let her go so she can be with someone who fucking deserves it. Hello. Oh, goodbye. It would be fun if we could go sledding, wouldn't it? Yes. I don't think there are any good hills nearby. Plus, I don't have a sled. With my money, I can buy us the finest sled. So, how have you been doing lately? Well, yesterday I just finished getting all the ginger I needed on Ginger Island, so now I get to come here to freeze my ass off, so that's fun. How you been? I hate to say this, but I do make a lot more money during flu season. I guess if people stop getting sick, yeah. Don't get the wrong idea. I want people to be healthy. Really. Sure you do. You know, I think I think eating beef jerky live on stream was probably not the best decision I could have ever made. Like my decision to eat beef jerky on stream. Life is full of mistakes. Let's play some video games. You know, farmers gotta relax somehow. Okay, sometimes when I'm viewing the group chat, the image will just stay glued to one moment of the stream, so. I was in the mood for beef jerky today, and we went to the local Costco. I saw like there were a lot of different types of jerky. Then one I saw, and I'm like, ooh, this looks interesting, but it was pork, so I didn't want to die over jerky. Lactose intolerant, but being lactose intolerant won't exactly kill me. Meanwhile, eating pork will make my throat close up and be a whole lot of fun. Okay, actually, let's see what. I've only been streaming for 27 minutes. Honestly, it's felt like a couple hours. I want to keep at least 1 cup of coffee on me at all times, unless I actually end up making some wine. Because I want to make sure I give Harvey something good for Christmas, because he is my secret Santa. I mean, I'm his secret Santa. Secret giver, or whatever they call it in the game. Oh, Donnie! Wait, what the fuck was I doing? Oh, yeah. So even though I could make that into a triple shot espresso, I didn't, just so I could have something on hand for Harvey. Welcome to Living Off the Land, back again with another tip for y'all. Listen up. Ever see 3 little brown snakes poking out of the ground? They're hard to spot sometimes, but if you dig on that spot, you'll always find something. Don't ask me how it works. Welcome to Wellwick's Oracle, the only show where the voice of the spirits is channeled directly to you. The spirits are in good humor today. I think you'll have a little extra luck. Honestly, wouldn't mind just having any luck at all. I ain't that picky. What you got for us today, Gussie? What's it? Omelet. The mountain lake has been kind to me lately. I'd like to share my good fortune with you, Linus. Hi, Cicero. Like Ayla and Sippy. The dream team. Yeah, you better eat all you can off the floor now, Danny, because tomorrow Shoshana is a-coming. The birds have gotten way into foraging, like sometime during the last week. Before that, they sometimes did, you know, they sometimes went on the ground, but mostly no. Now it's like every day or so. It's like, yo, gotta get on the floor, gotta check out them goodies. Oscar, Simon, Gustav's at 1.5 hearts, folks. 1.5 hearts. And I wanted to combine hearts and farts. I mean hearts. I wanted to combine the words hearts and folks together, and it came up, and I nearly said farts. Hey, farts. So last night last night I finally got to watching the final Strangers movie, possibly. The movie did end with Maya seeming to possibly, will definitely turn into killer herself. When she kills the guy, he's like, "You're just like us now," and she's like, "Maybe I am. Maybe I'm not." God damn it. Knew I was missing some eggs there. All that trauma she experienced such a short amount of time, yeah, she definitely turned into killer. I mean, how she killed Scarecrow definitely was reminiscent of someone relishing in the torture. And then afterwards, she carries his mask around like a fucking souvenir. Yeah, let's see what special order there is for us this week. Hey there, Keithus. She carried his mask away. I was like, yeah, that's definitely not serial killery or anything. And how she responds, maybe I am, maybe I'm not. That wasn't a no. Dear gods, that was not a no. Oh shit, didn't mean to press it, just meant to look. Oh well. Another year's almost over. I hope you had a productive year. Yeah, sure. I want a parrot egg, I just want a parrot egg. Parrot egg? That is not a parrot egg. That is the same fucking not a parrot egg. I'll see you later. I guess. I'll see you later, Clint. Possibly. Hey, Danny! What are you doing here, girl? Oh, is that night? That's 95. We want 91. Oh shit, I just realized if I do see a squid kid, I have the wrong... wrong... trinket with me. It's okay. Okay, I just had to talk to one. I meant to nom. Who needs healing items when you can eat the pizza? Yeah. The elementals are pleased with the job you did. Here's your payment as promised. There are areas of the world yet unsullied by the constraints of modern thinking, where magic is still very much alive. Cool. No, I'm just here to give you some trinkets. I don't know if I ever got work boots before. Come on, here. Oh wait, wrong one. Now, if you didn't like the first two chapters of the new Strangers trilogy, I honestly don't think Chapter 3 is really going to change your mind all that much. But the perks of the movie is that it finally feels like its own thing. Like the Chapter 1, of course, was just a not so good rehash of the original movie. Chapter 2 was a filler episode. Like, nothing really happened in that movie. I mean, that fight scene with the wild boar, that was something, but it was also a time waster. Plus, it felt nothing like what I think of when I think a Strangers movie. I don't think, oh yeah, there's like gotta be some insane fight with a wild boar. In this movie, it's finally seems to have created its own identity. Now, if you want that identity to be the exact same as the original Stranger movie, you are going to be so disappointed. Because it completely does away with the whole house invasion thing. Like, mostly Maya was running around in Chapter 2, but there was one point when there was an actual break-in in the house. Not a lot, but you know, at least it was there. This time they fully abandoned that. Like, there is an opening bit where the strangers randomly attack someone at a motel. But it is really quick. Leia! And plus, with the break-ins in Chapter 1, Chapter 2, and the first movie, oh, there. I forget where I was going with that. Break-in. But yeah, they're like supposed to be like long, drawn-out things where the strangers get joy from the panic they cause people before they kill them. Ah, I sense a new viewer has joined us. Young man from Stardew Valley, welcome, welcome! The spirits are in good humor today. I think you'll have a little extra luck. Oh yeah, that was the only one there. Crispy. But in this movie, the break-ins they do have, like, they're very quick. Like, the whole point is just to kill. You know, with the strangers, that's not their MO. I'm not mentioning the Freya Knight because that is the most shit movie in the series. That should honestly not have been a series. Unless they wanted to go with another break-in by the stranger that answers no questions. That first movie and this first movie was just treasure. That was fucking gold. The whole final movie in the new trilogy was actually pretty good, all things considered. Like it which again might not be that high of a bar. Chapter 1 was, you know, just a rehash of the first movie, but not done as good. Chapter 2 was filler. And Chapter 3 was Maya slowly descending into evil. Because by the end of the movie, she has lost everything. Everything she cared about, everything she knew, that was fucking gone. Taken away from her. So she didn't have anything left. And the scarecrow guy, Gregory, so him, and I forget his girlfriend's name, had basically been together since childhood. She was you know, he describes her as pure. She was a killer through and through, and she taught him the art and the joy of killing. And so I think for him, it seems he goes off a little bit of the deep end. You know, you can't really blame him, because when you lose someone you love that much and that deeply, it fucks you up. And for someone that is, you know, already unstable, the whole murdering people, you know, why not? So he seems to be making Maya into a replacement for his girlfriend. Making her wear her mask. Yeah. And so throughout the movie, he's trying to make her into that replacement. And he sees some darkness in her. And he thinks he can use that, latch onto that. Yeah, batteries are low. I know. I'm looking forward to seeing what your farm looks like in the spring. It's going to be so fresh and beautiful. And full of trash I need to get rid of, and full of animals. And it's going to be utter chaos. Yeah. But the Scarecrow fails to actually make her into another killer like him. Like, she will get really insanely violent against people who have wronged her, but she's not the sort of person to go, hey, I just met you and this seems crazy, but I'm going to kill you. So when as she's killing him, you're just like us, and she's like, maybe. I mean, she's obviously found her darker side. So, you know, she will definitely be hiding and never revealed to the world. But she's a killer now. You're a killer, Eric. And I don't think he is really that disappointed. Like, obviously he's not going to get that replacement he wanted. But at the same time, he points out the fact that her and his girlfriend were just different. And at the end, he was smiling and happy because he believed he created another killer. He made someone pure. No, well, not pure, but he revealed to someone the truth of what they are, freed them from the shackles of morality. Honestly, if the movie was better, I could definitely recommend it because of that. A character arc alone. But I think it took me like halfway through the movie going, oh, he was what I thought was just the red herring in the last movie. Because he was advertised so hard to raise suspicions. I was like, no way can that dude be it. It's going to be revealed as someone else. I mean, all the signs were there, but I don't know, it's just too obvious. And it was like, oh yeah, he was that obvious red herring. Except he wasn't a red herring. If you did like Chapter 1 and Chapter 2 of the new Strangers trilogy, there's a good chance that you will actually like this. Were definitely some parts where I was like, oh my god. Maya basically steals the police car from the sheriff. Like a second or two later, she crashes the car. Why? it was for the stupidest reason too. She was going through some papers. Like, girl, listen. I know you want all the answers, but you're driving. Just how about you? It's so hard, so quick. It's like she finally got a getaway car again. It's like new. And then when my sister, and I guess brother-in-law, like, so there seems to be a private detective that's working with them. And he's... So, they're supposed to be being discreet and trailing a car, and like at one point, the husband's like, oh yeah, don't get too close. You're the only fucking car for goddamn fucking miles. It's a small town with under 500 people. It just... you know... He's going to know your car because he's going, hey, that's no one I know. Ah, it must be the new folks. They're trying to investigate this serial killer ring that I'm keeping under wraps because Gregory is my son. Oh, sorry. How do you think, like, when you're trailing a car, you're making sure you're not noticed. When you're the new car in town, they know. And then this guy's like, oh yeah, just wait for me in the car. Not wait for me in the car. Actually, okay, let's back up with the whole trailing bullshit. Smokes mullet. Okay, we're gonna have to be serious about the periwinkle now. So yeah, they're driving down this road trying to be all discreet and shit. But you know, only new car in town, so obviously, the sheriff notices, oh hey, I don't recognize this car. I'm trying to cover up this serial killer ring. So... okay, I'll give him the runaround. And tells the Anyway, so the sheriff already knows, very obviously, that these people are trying to, and since you can't see me, I'm going to say this, just know this is big air quotes, discreetly tailing him. He's like, oh, I'll just tell the killers, and I'll say, hey, I'm leading them to this location, you know, do whatever. It was... And so honestly, he should have said, hey, you know, I'll get you a motel slightly outside of town. Or in town. I mean, I would say since they suspect the sheriff at this point, it should be, well, way out of town. But, you know, sister could still be, hey, I need to be here for my sister, so stays in town. So instead of doing this very smart and a sensible thing, he's like, oh, hey, go and get near the location, and I'm going to fucking put you in a goddamn trailer. You're going to be totally safe. In a trailer! Trailers are not made to be safe. They're made to be cheap. A cheap form of housing. Not made to go, yeah. Hey, there's killers on loose. Let's hide in a fucking trailer. Said no one ever. Has decided of their own free will to hide in a fucking trailer, but there they are. And of course, that goes badly. Sorry, just in a trailer. Why? I mean, the sheriff was carrying a body bag and putting it in his trunk in broad daylight. But to give the movie the benefit of the doubt, I'll say that the sheriff figured they were tailing him, and if he was to be caught, it'd be by people that didn't live in the town he felt no loyalty to. So he knew he was just going to have them killed either way, so who were they going to tell? And while the New Strangers movie answered more questions than it should have, at least it kept the reason for killing senseless. Like, there was this one psycho girl that fell in love with a guy and turned him into Psycho 2. And there was no really rhyme or reason. It's just like, I feel like Okay, that's old. Okay, this dude was a dick. No, there was still some method, but it wasn't really consistent. I guess they did prefer younger people, probably just because of the stamina. Like, they really want to chase and scare these people, and probably old folks are just a lot easier to, Anyways, this is the end of the stream. So, per usual, I will be going over my streaming schedule in the near future, as well as going over the state of the farm. So, late tonight, I shall be streaming more of my no commentary, not Skyrim, but new commentary. Yeah, Skyrim. Did I say start? God, I am not in good headspace. Late tonight, I shall be streaming more of my no commentary Skyrim stream. So if you're having trouble going to sleep, maybe all you really need are the nice, soothing sounds of Skyrim. Wait, the pineapples weren't right again, right? No. And tomorrow, I shall be streaming more Stardew Valley. How's the feast? Yeah, tomorrow we will be doing the Feast of the Winter Star. Arr. Hi, Oscar, Simon, Joyce, Gustavo, 1.5 hearts. Yes. Harvey. Okay, look at the cute anyway. Okay, let's see how we're doing with hearts. Elliot. Only we had him for the person we're supposed to get a gift for. Of course, Gustav has a 1.5 hearts. And that will be it for tonight, folks. Thank you everyone for watching. You've been amazing, and until next time, whenever that shall be, goodbye.